Hi beauties, it's Gemma from Mirror Mirror MUA here, with you with another video. I've had a lot of people ask me, do I use special effects in my photos to whiten my teeth because they look really white? And the answer is no, but I do whiten my teeth every so many months throughout the year. Only once I've had them professionally whitened, which I found out their hydrogen peroxide percentage was actually the same as in the kit that I actually buy online. So I don't think I will go back to the professionals anymore because I didn't actually find a big difference from what their products were to what I'm actually using in a kit at home. So bear in mind, using home whitening kits, you do need to take into consideration the level of hydrogen peroxide that is in the product. So the hydrogen peroxide is the active ingredient that's going to whiten your teeth. And sometimes they can only be 1 to 2%. For someone that's got pretty good teeth or pretty young sort of teeth, and if you don't smoke and probably don't drink a lot of coffee or don't have a lot of stains, you probably might find it would, in the long run of using it constantly, aid to whitening your teeth. However, you need a bit more percent, such as 6% to 9%, and you can get higher up as well. And the higher up in hydrogen peroxide the percentage is, the more sensitivity you're most likely to get on your teeth. So if you're someone that gets really sensitive to hot or cold water or just food in general, I'd probably recommend staying away from whitenings, or maybe actually speak to your dentist first before just jumping right in and doing it. I did just jump right in and do this years ago, and I've used a lot of different products, different brands, and I found that the one I'm about to show you is the best that works for me. So first of all, before even whitening my teeth, and Colgate brought out a really good toothpaste that I think has really helped me keep my teeth white in between treatments also, and that is the Optic White High Impact White 4 Shades Visibly Whiter. There is another one that says 3 shades or something, and I don't find that's any different to this one. And this is 2 times hydrogen peroxide actually in the toothpaste. It is a little bit more bitey as far as like peppery or however you want to say it. As a toothpaste, the kids don't like using this. It's a bit too strong for them. I don't know if it says the percent of hydrogen peroxide in here, but it wouldn't be much. So there's actually 2%. There's actually 2% hydrogen peroxide in this toothpaste, which is actually the same amount as a lot of other whitening brands actually have in their claim to whiten your teeth. This, I wouldn't say on its own is going to whiten your teeth. However, I have found using this instead of using Colgate Total, we had that for a while when I wasn't using this, and I did find my teeth were getting yellow again. So this is helping that in between treatment to keep my teeth nice and white. But also I use that with a Oral-B toothbrush, and the head that I buy with it is the one with the rubber circle in the middle, which I find actually polishes my teeth. So using this, I don't actually just, run it around. I actually sit it on my teeth for about 10 seconds each tooth, especially along the front anyway. And the rest I kind of just at the back. I make sure I get right up the back. But for my teeth to look nice and white at the front, I do make sure I sit and I let the little plastic polisher do its work, mixing in with the compound of the toothpaste. So that's what I find that works for me. You guys might have other ways that work for you, but this is just what I'm sharing to show you what I use. So the brand of whitening that I get is I just bought a new kit for the purpose of this video. I needed to get a new one anyway. So it is by Brighter White. This is what it looks like. That's what their logo looks like. I think this is about $65, but I paid $10 postage, so $75 to $80 it cost me for all this. There is 6 of these tubes in there, and 2 blue ones, which is supposed to be for your gums to put on. I've never ever used the blue ones, but if you're someone that gets really sensitive gums, you can put this on your gum area to save any product getting through the little containers that you use to stop the white peroxide stuff hurting your gums. So it comes with 6 of these. I find one treatment, I probably use half of a syringe, maybe 3/4. So there's definitely 6 treatments in here as it is, but you'll find that you probably don't need as much as you thought you did. I know that's what I find. I don't actually have a very big mouth. It's loud, but it's not very big. So I don't do this every single month. When I first got this and my teeth were quite yellow, I did sort of do every second day. I did the 6 treatments and I used the whole box. And I did find that that worked a lot. But now I find that I only do this probably once every 2 or 3 months. So this little kit now lasts me easily a year. So $80 to whiten my teeth, I think is, for me, it's a good price. So there's 6 of these ones, which the 6% hydrogen peroxide is in, and you put them in, it comes with a little bag of 3 of these trays. So you've got a spare one if you fuck one up, which it is most likely when I show you how you're supposed to use these. So you actually get I use a Pyrex dish. I put some boiling water from the kettle in there, and you want to dip this in your boiling water. Now, you don't want to leave it in there for too long, but you will see that it'll start to melt in a way, and you'll see these 2 bits come together and it'll start to get a bit sloppy. That's when you take it out. Give it a little bit of a blow because it's going to be hot, but at the same time you need it hot enough to be able to mold it to your teeth. So it's a bit of a trial and error. If it's too hot, take it off your teeth and you can just dip it back in again. But if you leave it in the water for too long, these sides might stick together because it does actually get a bit sticky once this rubber stuff starts to melt. So once you see it start to melt, take it off, give it a bit of a blow, have a feel, yep, I think that's okay. Shove it on your mouth, on your teeth, sorry, and press. Try and press all this outside bit into the grooves of your teeth. As you can see, I've got a bit of a fang that hangs out, so I need to make sure I press that right in so it's all good. Same again as the bottom, you place it up that way, and you press in and out to try and get it, now that's all goobly, to try and get it all around. I've just noticed, I didn't tell you guys, my beautiful Garfield old jammies. They look like I have murdered somebody because this is my special hair dyeing and tanning clothes. So even when I do my teeth whitening as well, I just put on these clothes because just in case some of this stuff drips out of my mouth or I sneeze or something like that, I don't want to wreck my good clothes. So when I tan, when I do my hair, or when I'm using peroxide stuff, I wear my sexy Garfield jammies and they're nice and loose. Speaking of tanning, if anyone wants to see my tanning regime and what products I use to get my lovely tan that I have on every week for netball, comment down below and ask, and I will, if there's a response for it, I will do an update and let you know. Okay, back to teeth. So that's how you do those. Once you've molded these to your teeth, you want to snip off this end because next will come the light. So your light comes in the kit. You need to take the back off, if I can get mine off. And it'll have 2 batteries in there and there'll be a cover underneath. So when you get yours, it won't work because there'll be a cover underneath. Button at the top, that's how the light works. It is a blue light. So once you've snipped off the end of these and you've got both your trays in with your peroxide, you'll put this in your mouth and you'll turn it on and you'll leave it in there for 30 minutes. That comes in a little pack is a little container that you can keep your trays in. So that's it for what's in the package. It does have instructions on the back of the box of everything to do. And I bought mine actually off the brighterwhite.com. I don't know if it's a .au, but I'll link their website down below where I buy mine from. I think it takes me probably it only takes about a week to get to me, so the postage isn't very long. Yeah, so I am going to take a picture of my teeth so we can do a before and an after. And to do that, I've got one of these gobby things from the Gobby game. So I'm going to put this in my mouth, take a photo so you know it's my teeth. My teeth aren't all that bad, as I did say before. I have whitened them in the past. I sort of keep up to date with it. However, I have been noticing lately that I've got some yellowy marks happening up the top. The camera's not quite showing what they look like in real life, I think. So I'm going to put this in and just sort of like try and take a photo, and so we can see the marks and stuff that I've got beforehand and see what they look like after the treatment. Also brush your teeth before you use a whitening treatment, and before I put the gel on, I actually like to dry my teeth with a towel before I put the gel in the tray and put the tray in my mouth. I just find that then the product doesn't have my saliva in between and it's just going straight onto my teeth to work in there. So I'm going to put this in and take a photo, and then we'll get into applying the peroxide. Hey guys, I just thought I'd quickly show you up close the little stains that I'm trying to talk about. Hopefully you can see it. They're just up the top here, sort of on the tops of my teeth, and a little bit down the bottom is where my stains are. They're not actually too bad. I did forget to mention that because I have whitened my teeth over the last 5 years, when you use this kit for the first time, you might not find a really big difference. It is something that you have to use a lot of. When I first bought the kit, for instance, I used all 6 tubes sort of every second day. I whitened my teeth. A couple of times I got a little bit of sensitivity, so I held off for about 3 or 4 days afterwards, but I actually used the whole kit all in one go. You can actually get on the website and only buy the syringes on their own, 2 or 3 at a time, or you can actually buy a bigger kit than this one as well. So if you just want to try it out and only buy the kit with 3 of them in there, that is a possibility. But I do recommend the one that I've got with the 6 treatments in there, just to help actually whiten your teeth. So how teeth whitening works, you can just whiten the outer layer, get the stains off. But if your teeth aren't sort of whitened on the inner layers, then you're not going to see much of a big difference, unfortunately, unless you get a higher peroxide level or go and get a proper treatment by the dentist. So it is something that you have to use for quite a while to get probably to the standard where my teeth are now, or you might actually find your teeth are more susceptible to the whitening treatments and it will hit the underlayers, hence what the blue light is actually for. It helps sort of get that product into those layers, but the blue light I think helps get deeper to help those inner layers change colour, I think, to a whiter colour. Don't quote me, I'm not a freaking dentist, but just my experience, what I've found that has worked for me. So if you've got really, really bad stained teeth, the toothbrush and that toothpaste is going to help that surface stain of your teeth 100%. It works for me. I can't see why it wouldn't work for anybody else. But if your inner layers are actually stained yellow, you might find that you need either a bit more higher peroxide percentage in your treatment, or you might have to find you go to a dentist for a less, like it might only take 10 minutes, but they might have some really super powerful sort of 19% peroxide type of stuff to get to those inner layers. So my inner layers of teeth are actually quite white underneath, and it's only the surface stain that I need to get rid of now over the time of coffees and teas and things like that using. So yes, I am a smoker. Yes, I do drink a lot of coffee. Hopefully I'm not a smoker for too much longer, but we'll see how that goes. But so that's sort of where I'm at with my teeth compared to someone that hasn't used a whitening before and might have quite a lot of yellowness on their teeth. Whether you're a coffee drinker or a smoker or not, it just naturally happens as we get older. So I'm going to go and do the hot water thing with my things and come back, and I'll show you how I put the stuff in and we'll get it on the way. Okay, I've got my hot water and my thing ready to go. So I'm going to dip that in there. It's slowly starting to bend. Okay, that's what it looks like. Okay. It's not a big change. Don't know if you can see. You can sort of see my teeth marks in there now. You sort of don't want to push it too much in or make it too sloppy that it does get in the indents too much, because then it's going to stop the product from actually being in those grooves. You'll have the plastic touching that or the tray touching that instead of the product. So, but as long as it sort of gets a rough rough molding to your teeth, then you're pretty safe. I'll do the next one and then we'll put the stuff in. Okay, so I've snipped my ends off and I've molded both my top and bottom tray. So to use the syringe, you just untwist this little cap, and you do get some blue caps and a little teeth guide, but I don't find that very accurate. You get these little caps, these long little caps that you just screw into the end so it doesn't leak out everywhere. Actually, you can actually snip the end off these, and it gives you a bit more of a longer, accurate way to be able to pour this in, but I'm just going to use it as it is because it's not too difficult. Pushing it too hard, it's going to come out all at once, but I don't know if you can see, I just sort of run from one side, slightly give a little squeeze. Make sure I'm getting into those little crevices where those teeth are. I don't know if you can see the gel, but I've only sort of put a line around the outside. I don't want to put too much because it's going to sort of go everywhere and it doesn't taste the best. So sometimes less is more. And once you sort of put your teeth in, it'll sort of mush it all around so it's all nicely in there. That's my top one. And my bottom one. The bottom ones I find I don't use anywhere near as much as my top ones because I'm trying to get these real heavy sort of fang indents that I have. Okay, so before I put the trays in, I'm going to just dry my teeth. Đi hồi ở hết. Thôi. I sort of like to sort of gently sort of put it on there so it's not just pushing everything to the top. Alright. Alright. Hey guys, so I'm back and I've done my teeth whitening. I will post a photo at the end of the video of my before and after. It's not a massive big change, like they're not as white as my fridge, but you can see a subtle change in the yellowness that was up the top of my teeth. And it sort of hit a little bit of sort of just the overall color as well. That's how much I used out of one syringe. So it's up to here. So yeah, I used probably less than actually half. I don't feel any sensitivity at the moment from having it on for the half an hour. It was actually about 40 minutes by the time I remember to take it off. They recommend not to eat at least half an hour to an hour after doing whitening treatments on your teeth. However, in the whole times that I've ever done it, I've never seen a difference if I have eaten to not eating in the quality of what how they turn out. However, I have stuck to like white foods, breads, white pasta. Like I wouldn't go and eat a spaghetti bolognese, tomato sauce, red wine, coffee, things like that. I stick to just water, milks, any sort of white foods you're going to be safe to eat afterwards. It does recommend on here maybe to do it before bed, so after meals and stuff, so you're not tempted to eat afterwards. What else little tips did I see on here? Oh, store our gel in a refrigerator or in a cool, dry conditions. I've never stored mine in the fridge. I didn't obviously read the back properly when I first bought it. Mine just sits in the bathroom in a drawer. I wouldn't say it gets hot in there. So, yeah, all the information and stuff's on the back of the box. I will link where I buy mine down below for you and show you my before and afters. And if anyone's got any other questions or what have you about my teeth whitening regime, send me a question or comment below, whatever, and I will try and help you out as best as I can. So I'm going to now deal with the kids since they're home from school, and I'll see you all guys in my next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to see more. Bye!